What's good, YouTube? Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Cosmos and the new deck that came out in Clash Rebellions, the one that I predicted would not do good until at least later on. And from what we can see so far, the deck has not been impressing so far, but over in ARG format, the deck is really strong. Right up there with Necros. On the one hand, Necros don't have Trishula, but you know, that's besides the point. So Mr. Jeff Jones and Max Reynolds both topped the last event at ARG. Now, it was only a case tournament, however it was a pretty big turnout. I think it might have even been almost 100, I'm not sure. Regardless, this has sent a bit of a shockwave through the Yu-Gi-Oh card market. The price of Farm Girl has spiked significantly. I can't really check the trend, but I'm sure she wasn't that much to begin with. But you know, people gotta get out on that hype train. So anyway, as you can see here, this is his deck profile that him and probably Max as well topped with. I'm just gonna assume they played the same deck. Now, as you can see, Cosmos only have 5 cards in their arsenal, 1 field spell and 4 monsters. So not much to go by. And the way the archetype works is that you have, you know, the kind of humanoids. So you've got the witch and the farm girl, Dorothy, and the evil witch, and then you've got the spaceships, which are higher level kind of things, and that's the sort of the Star Wars side of the theme, and you know, the humans are more the Wizard of Oz side of things. So you know, I'm assuming next set and stuff they're probably going to bring out obviously more to the archetype. And I think the deck is going to be really good in the future, but currently, of course, you know, it's just not like amazing because, well, there just isn't enough options currently. But the thing is, this deck can like OTK out the ass, man. Seriously, like honestly, wow, it's crazy. Anyway, let's take a look at Jeff Jones's build. So, he decided not to play with like too many traps. He's only using 2 torrentials, 2 because for any of you kind of confused at that, torrential tributes at 2 in the RG format. He's playing 2 Gores just for sort of the protection, I guess, and 2 Honest. The 2 Honest is kind of interesting because I think generally like battle traps aren't particularly amazing, especially Honest, but you know, at least today. But it has really good synergy in the deck because every time Farm Girl or Dorothy does damage, you get to search a Cosmo card from your deck. So you can attack your opponent directly, get a search, and then when they eventually try attack over your guy, thinking, oh, it's a little 1300 little girl, what's he gonna do? Honest me? And then it turns out, yeah, you do have Honest, because I don't know, I guess people don't really expect Honest. I wouldn't really play around Honest in 2015, but it's really good in this deck, actually. And yeah, so Honest is sort of there to help with the help Dorothy get those like kind of double searches off. So this card is like grown exponentially in popularity. So if we look at the TCG card market, this is the European equivalent. We can see here that it's averaging at about 45. The cheapest you'll find is like 42 euros. You know, so I don't know, like 35 quid or something on eBay, as we can see. It's sold. So this one was sold on the 12th of August. Oh wow, that's actually pretty cheap. That sold for about 24 quid. I'm trying to find like some older listings to see how the price has changed over time. So, like on the 1st of, like the 3rd of August from the US, this thing cost about 30 quid. This thing was like 25 quid, 32 quid. It's kind of it fluctuates a lot. But yeah, we're seeing that sort of 30 mark, 30, you know, 25 to 40, a pretty big range. You know, kind of not sure where it's gonna go. Yeah, it's interesting because, well, who the hell expected the deck to be so popular already? You know, when Dante first came out, Dante's were only about like 15 quid each or something like that. They were not expensive, and then, you know, we had one ARG tournament where like they were topping almost as much as Shadol's, and everyone was like, what, no way. And Dante's spiked up to like 50, 60 quid each. Yeah, so that's the prices for Farm Girl. I wouldn't get on that hype train just yet if I were you. I'd probably wait for this to die down and then pick up those Farm Girls, because, you know, I think next set this deck is going to be really good. I don't know what kind of support they're going to release, but if it's anything like Burning Abyss, this thing's only going to get better every set. To be fair, the original set of Burning Abyss was the best. The Seer, the Skarm, and the Graph. You can't top that, honestly, in terms of like the first initial release of an archetype. Whew, Burning Abyss is definitely up there as one of the best. So anyway, an interesting tech card he's playing is 3 Jurigato. I'm just going to read this out. During either player's battle step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If you do, gain 1,000 life points. You can only use this once per turn. And during either player's turn, you contribute this card. Target one face-up monster you control. It gains 1,000 attack till the end of the next turn. So again, this Jurigato, not available in Europe. So for all my European viewers, this is another reason this card made the Kozmo deck so good. So if you're from Europe, this isn't actually legal there. I'm pretty sure this card is not legal in Europe. I'm just gonna Google this quickly. I can't see anything about this yet, but I'm sure you could. This is only available in America, so another reason for us not to play it and not get on that hype train and not pay 35 quid for a card that isn't really amazing right now. But anyway, back to the discussion. One of the reasons that Jeff Jones managed to make this deck work so well is because, well, Jurigato helps you OTK out the ass. Like, wow, this thing, yeah, like you can just like attack with Dorothy, effect of Dorothy, summon Good Witch attack, effect of Good Witch, drop Jurigato, and then like you can, maybe you can drop an Honest or a Looter removal as he played here. Yeah, this deck just has so much OTK potential. There is a crazy amount of different OTKs, one card OTKs even. I'm going to do a video on that eventually. Yeah, so that's pretty much the Kozmo hype. I mean, not much else to mention. There's nothing particularly crazy here. Like the Sacred Swords are pretty cool in this deck. I like that. You can banish these guys and then draw 2 cards, and then you can just get it back with Kozmo Town. So you know that's kind of like a +1. Yeah, it's a pretty cool deck. Like I love the theme. I think it's the Star Wars Wizard of Oz thing is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean I can't say much because you know we don't really know how this thing is gonna go well in the TCG official Konami list in Europe. But for America, things are pretty promising currently with Jurigato, and if you're playing in the ARG format, well, you've got a really good contender on your hands. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I gotta say today about this. Yep, if you're in Europe, don't get on this hype train, please. This is ludicrous. Don't be paying 40 euros for a farm girl just yet. Give it a couple months. Wait till probably a little bit before the Dimension of Chaos stuff is announced and we start getting leaks. That's probably when this is gonna go back to its lowest again. I wouldn't pay more than 30 euros for this, honestly. I'd pay like 25 quid, so maybe like that's like 35 euros or something. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I gotta say. So thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time as always.
Come, face me, give in to your pride.